You are about to miss the biggest meme coin rotation of the year if you ignore this video. Right now, while Bitcoin corrects, tiny meme coins are exploding, and I found 12 brand new microcaps with insane 1000x potential. One of these could easily become the next bonk. The bonk meta is back, LetsBonk is everywhere, and these charts are pumping as we speak. I'm going to show you exactly which ones I'm watching, how they're moving, and which could go parabolic next. Do me a favor, press that like button and let's get onto it. Alright, so we start here with useless. Remember yesterday I told you guys to scoop useless here at 15.9. Look where the price came. Look, exactly there. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why you need to start using Axiom. There's a link down below and you should put your limit orders in place so they can get hit, so that you could be up right now from yesterday 46%. And I think it's gonna go higher. But here's what I'm looking at the charts when it comes to useless. So it touched 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, and then at the 5th time I was predicting it would probably go lower, and that's exactly what happened. We had this dispersion downward and a touch of the previous line, which was this major resistance here on the 10th of May. It was also resistance again in the 11th of May, and it was also major support on the same day. So this was the line. This was the fair value gap you should have entered useless. This is why you have to watch CoinTalk videos, okay? Because over here we predict these fair value gaps and exactly where the price is going to go. I do think the price didn't go lower because many of you caught it perfectly. Now on to the next. ICM. This is a brand new coin, and what I think you should do when it comes to ICM, because it's pumping already and it's doing quite well, the perfect entry was actually here at 2 million market cap. Sadly, we missed it on the show, but I think we can get the next best entry, which would be anywhere from 4 million to 3.5. If you can actually grab this thing here, right here in the middle between 4.3 and 3.5, I think this is the next best entry. Although I think there's still a smaller chance that it goes and touches this 2.8 line again, but I think that's a smaller chance as of now. As I'm seeing, if you want some ICM, which started exploding right now, and people like 𝗘𝗥𝗧𝗡𝗥, which is a very big guy on X, is pumping it. There's a lot of other big influencers that are pushing this coin. I think these are the levels here between 4.32 and 3.51. ICM is brand new. As I'm seeing it, this whole thing was just wave 1, so we could expect a wave 2 and then a wave 3. So let's plot some fibs to understand where this thing can go. When it comes to ICM, what I'm seeing here on the 1.6 fib is 12.5 million market cap, and the top of the fib is telling us this thing could go to 28 million market cap. So maybe we see a second wave hit anywhere between wave 8 and 12.5 million, and then we see possibly a third wave go anywhere from 24 to 28 million market cap. But that's what I'm seeing currently on ICM. Now on to the next, Patunia. This one we nailed as well from yesterday. This is where I told you guys to enter. The first line, after I saw the trend line broke, the first line was 766k, and then the second line was this previous resistance here at the launch, which was 270k, just slightly above the coin's launch price. And look where the price came again, into the fair value gap, and it stayed there, reaccumulation. Then Patunia came and touched our 1.6 fib line extension at 4.5 million, and this is exactly where I exited. I think this is where you should take your profits. If you're very bullish this coin, maybe you should leave a 10 to 20% moon bag, but this is where you can exit. And anyone could have gotten an average of 10x. And yesterday, we could have gotten an average of 10x. Now, I know some of the coins didn't work so well, but that's why you always chart 3 to 4 brand new coins, because all you need is one to hit. You put $1,000, now you have $10,000. I do think Patunia can come back to this 2.6 million market cap range, which is very, very close to this bottom and very close to this resistance. So we have 3 points of contact here. So 2.66 is where I would maybe buy if I was off and I actually didn't cut it. But as I said previously, it's a 10x, so you should have already taken some profits. Now on to the next, we have Italian rot. Italian rot was another one that we nailed here on the show a while ago. I completely forgot about it, but this is the place where we should have entered. I told you guys to not enter here because it was looking dangerous. It then pumped and I said wait for it to come back, and it came back. This is where we actually entered the trade, which is now just up 56, but it was up 2.5x at the top, and my target is still, I think it could go to 20 million market cap, but quite honestly I think that there's also some better charts to trade right now. What I would do is I would just wait a little bit longer, because we had wave 1, we had just wave 2 here, and so wave 3 could be the one that sent us to our first price target, which was 20 million market cap. So I'm still bullish Italian rot. It's looking quite good. Now let's get on to LetsBonk. Again, the bonk meta. LetsBonk is one of the most important ones. Look, this is where I'm seeing major resistance all throughout the 26th of April here, and also the previous top. So 30 million market cap and 16.6 million market cap, these are the levels. Then we have this trend line on LetsBonk. So if the trend line doesn't hold, I think LetsBonk goes straight to 2.89 million market cap. This is a good level to buy and reaccumulate, but there's a good chance that LetsBonk actually holds the 4.8 million market cap level. And so I do think right now is a good time to buy LetsBonk. And what I would do is I would leave at least 20 to 30% of whatever you want to buy and wait. If you start seeing the thing pump, then reaccumulate a little bit higher, but there's also a likelihood that it comes lower. So what you do is you leave that 20 to 30% bag just in case it starts moving a little bit lower, and and it comes. And I would leave some limit orders on Axiom stacked anywhere from 4 million, 3 million, but also I would leave one very close to this 2.89 million market cap range. Don't forget, there's a link down below if you want to join Axiom. And if you do eventually, only my Axiom signees will be able to join my private group where we will be discussing all these entries with a little bit more detail. Then my friends, we have this one called Moonpig, which topped at 40 million market cap. It's looking quite good. I think the perfect place to enter was anywhere between 19 and 15.5 million market cap. This is where you had some resistance. This is where the wick was of the initial move here. This is the fair value gap, the bullish fair value gap where you started reaccumulating these coins. The price re-entered here today morning very quickly. So I would leave some limit orders on Axiom stacked here a little bit below, but also very close to this 19.2 million market cap zone. So I would leave some limit orders a little bit above and then also on the line at 19.2 and just a little bit below, because what we could be seeing is higher and higher lows being formed. So I think this is a good buy. It's looking very good. Everyone's talking about it. It's putting in good volume and it's looking like a great meme to accumulate. This whole thing looks like wave one. So what I would do is I would grab it here, wait for it to X and then exit. But let's see what happens. If it goes a little bit higher, then I'll plot the fibs to see how high this thing can go. And then we have Mudang. Look, when it comes to Mudang, it's looking very risky. Why? Because things move in waves of what? As I always say, waves of three. So we have wave one, wave two, and now we're going to get wave three, which is probably just about to top. I think it can go to something like 400 million market cap, probably tops. So to be completely honest, I would just wait for a pullback either to this trend line, which is right here. Look, major point of contact here. This is where the move started. So I would wait for the 1, 2, and the third touch. This is where I would buy Bonk. This is where I would buy Mudang, right here at 200 million market cap or 212 million market cap. This was another point of contact where you could have accumulated Bonk here on a pullback at 221. And so these are the three levels that matter when it comes to Bonk. But right now, I would not buy this green candle because it's looking quite dangerous, especially as Bitcoin is sort of correcting. I do think things will explode when Bitcoin starts going sideways, but I never buy green candles. I never FOMO. The time to buy Bonk was honestly 2 days ago. And right now, I think there are better entries on other coins. So that said, leave limit orders on Axiom stacked at 221 and also 200 million market cap. So anywhere from here to here, because you can grab that trend line third touch and you can grab this previous resistance that now turned into support. So that's what I'm seeing when it comes to Bonk. Then I saw this very tiny market cap called Bonk, which is small Bonk. And I thought, okay, this is probably a good level because this where the move started, it was resistance here for 2 candles, for 2 5-minute candles. And then it topped here almost at 700k market cap. And I thought, you know, this thing doesn't look bundled. Look, accumulation here is not very big when it comes to big whales buying. And so I thought probably this thing can come back and touch maybe 1 million market cap. It's also part of the whole Bonk meta. And I decided to grab some here at 60k, 50k, 90k. Very risky, very high risk. But I thought maybe this thing can pump and go back to 1 million, maybe 2 million. Then we have the Zwang, which is Chinese meme coin. This one pulled back exactly to the previous resistance. And this is the bullish fair value gap where you want to accumulate the coin. I actually grabbed some at 1.2 and also 1.1. And I think this thing can actually go and move to 4 million market cap, 3.5 million market cap. This is where I'm looking to exit the Zwang. But as always with meme coins, I left a small moon bag to reaccumulate if it goes a little bit lower and closer to this fair value gap here at 619 and does something very similar to what we saw yesterday with Patunia. So let's see if this thing can actually pull a Patunia. Then we have 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, which was another one that we nailed from yesterday. Look, this was the midline which did get hit, but this first resistance here where the candlestick spiked, it actually came slightly below it. This is where you could have accumulated, and honestly these were good times to exit the coin. Right now, if you want to buy it, what I would do is I would wait for it to come closer to this previous great support here. I think it can go and maybe put in a higher low close to this 6.73 million market cap level. So I would go on Axiom and leave some limit orders stacked at 6.7, at also 6.5, at also 7 million market cap. This is where I would reaccumulate, and then it's looking like a good exit at something like 12 million, 13 million, and you can probably get maybe even a double if it comes and retests all-time high. It's looking very risky, but that's where I would enter when it comes to Patunia. Although this said, you should have already exited here with some major profits from yesterday on 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Then another one looking still bullish is Oneon, still respecting this trend line, which got touched 1 times, 2 times, 3 times, and it looks like it's now at the 4th touch, so it's still looking bullish. And I think we can go and touch that 1.6 fib line, which is the 2 million market cap level when it comes to Oneon. It still looks bullish to me, also very tiny and low market cap coin. And then finally we have Hosiko. Now, when it comes to Hosiko, there's a reason why I haven't bought yet. Look at these bundles. Look at this massive bundle. This guy has 0% now. Okay, this was a previous cluster of 3.6%, but right now he has 0%. This one only has 1%. This one only has 2%. Okay, it's actually not that bad. But when it comes to the chart, I think it could come and retouch this 22.7 million market cap level. Look, because I thought these were big bundles and I didn't check the fact that they actually don't hold anymore, I was being a little bit too bearish and I thought, you know, I'm gonna buy this thing at 11 million. But now I have rethought the entire chart and I think 22.7 million. If it comes and retouches this, this is where you buy your Hosiko wave 1, wave 2, and then we can go for that third wave, maybe touch 70 million, maybe 80 million market cap. I think it probably does a higher low, so it's not going to be exactly at 22.5. It maybe goes a little bit higher, like 25.8, maybe 26.8. These are good places to buy when it comes to Hosiko. That's what I would do on this one. I'm going to leave some limit orders there. Click on limit order and then drag it. You put the amount of SOL you want in, like 10 SOL, then you buy. That's it. That's how you do it. There's a link down below, and you can start trading on Axim, which is the best platform for trading these meme coins, for speculating on all this attention, on all these moves. I hope you have enjoyed this show. This show was extreme risk, tiny market cap coins. They're all brand new. I didn't put any of the ones that are higher market cap and less risky. I went risk only on this show. I hope you have enjoyed it, and I will see you guys tomorrow with more risky bets, with more trades that can do 5x to 1000x to 100x even. And I'm going to be sharing a lot more risky trades with you guys because I think that's what you guys want. So if that's what you guys want, please tell me in the comments below, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you very much.